Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Tough commute.
You could say that, yeah.
Take a moment.
Thanks. Yeah. Tom.
Nick.
Pleasure. Can I just say, it's lovely to be here.
You can.
Right. Let's get started.
You don't want to take a minute?
No. I feel great. Let's crack on.
There's coffee.
Is there?
Yeah, and sandwiches with meat.
Oh, great. I'm starving. Oh.
Look. Have a seat.
Thanks.
So, to begin.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to come right out and say it. The unfortunate thing is...
Yes?
My CV.
Your CV.
That's what's left of it. I know it doesn't look great. In the melee outside, this little specky bloke, as I was strangling him, he must have ripped it out of my pocket. The last thing he did before he expired was screw it up and cough blood on it. I don't know about the coughing, but he definitely screwed it up out of spite.
Sod.
I'd already crushed his windpipe by that stage, so I just picked it up and carried on.
No use dwelling on it.
Keep moving forward.
That's how you get somewhere.
Here I am.
No mean feat.
It certainly was not, as you well know.
Oh, I do.
It's a tough world out there. Got to stay on your toes.
Every man for himself.
So look, sorry about the CV. Faux pas. Can't be helped.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Alternatively,
yes?
If you have a computer, you could view a virtual copy.
Do you see a computer?
Yes, not here, but perhaps upstairs or something?
I don't have a computer.
Right. Okay, then. I've memorised my personal statement.
Oh, very good. Let's have it then.
My name is Thomas Elroy Parkin. I am an energised and dynamic team player that leads from the front and isn't afraid. I am an energised and dynamic team player who leads from the front and isn't afraid to change course at the last moment. I thrive when under pressure, and I enjoy seeing a task through to its optimum outcome.
Yes. Yes, optimum outcome. Very good. Would you do it again, but a bit slower?
Okay.
Pause for effect.
Okay. My name is Thomas Elroy Parkin. Like this?
No, even slower. Savour it.
Okay. My name is Thomas Elroy Parkin. I am an energised and dynamic team player who leads from the front.
Lovely.
And isn't afraid to change course at the last moment. I thrive when under pressure, and I enjoy seeing a task through to its optimum outcome.
Splendid. So, tell me, how would employing you here enhance this company?
I've neutralised the competition.
Really?
Ask the big ginger guy lying by the entrance cages. They'll be quick. The blood is pissing out of him. He's not got long left.
Tenacious.
Or the woman who tried to gore me with her stilettos.
Go on.
actual stilettos in her stilettos.
Inventive.
She was furious, raging, hate in her eyes. She wanted it too much.
What, and you don't?
I'm here, aren't I? She's not.
But her passion let her down.
She let her emotions get the better of her. Lost control, bad move. I don't do that.
What did you do?
I stabbed her in the tit.
Lovely stuff. Knife?
I used these stabbing mitts that I made out of oven gloves with spikes pushed through to the end.
Creative.
I smeared them with shit.
Your own?
Yeah.
Very good.
You know your stuff. I figured most of the early stuff would be close quarters.
And you were correct.
I was.
Anticipation, preparation.
Unlike the big ginger guy, he come with this baseball bat with nails hammered through the end and razor wire wrapped around it. It looked clever, but once he got into the rat runs, he couldn't swing the fucker.
Poor him.
He got worse.
I'll bet.
Got inside his reach, jammed my mitt right up under his rib cage.
Wasn't expecting that, was he?
The look on his face.
Good, was it?
Oh, he was just so
yeah,
fucking nonplussed.
I'll bet.
Sorry, I realise I've been doing a bit of swearing. Sorry, I do know that it's not appropriate to swearing in an interview situation.
Don't worry.
Must be the adrenaline.
It's understandable. How are you feeling?
Me, I feel great. Fucking great. Sorry, pumped. Ready for anything.
Ready for anything.
Raring to go.
Yes. Just look at you.
How long have we got?
Not long.
Really? I don't feel I've had a chance to really put myself across.
Don't you worry about that. I've got the measure of you.
So, what comes next?
Next.
After the interview.
Search me.
Well, you're the one doing it, mate.
I'm not, mate.
Who the fuck are you?
Just the same as you. A candidate.
Why aren't your clothes all fucked?
They are.
They're not.
I'm sitting on them.
You brought a change of clothes.
Preparation, anticipation.
CV?
Dongle.
Oh, you cunting fucking genius. You'll go far, you. So what's this stage then? If it's not the interview, what are we doing here?
Perhaps it's just a holding pen.
Oh, come off it. After that outside, I just gouged the woman's eyes out.
There's coffee.
That's what they want us to think. Just sit here, sit tight, do nothing, then they gas us. How did you get in here?
Down the birth canal.
What?
Through the fucking door.
Which door?
Same as you.
So then it's that door that we need to focus on.
Elimination, deduction. Very good.
Fine, you just sit there, mate. You've wasted enough fucking time already twatting about. How do we get it open?
It's locked.
So we just pick it then.
You're right.
Yeah, it must be the adrenaline wearing off.
The lock's electronic, and the mechanisms on the other side I already checked.
It's us, isn't it?
What is?
The problem. Only one of us can go through that door. Sorry, old pal.
Well, what was you? Just a second.
Why?
Think about it.
What's to think about?
Why do you need to beat me to death?
To get to the other side.
Right, but haven't you already demonstrated you can run, kick, stab, gouge, choke, and trample all over the other candidates? So Why do you need to prove it again?
Only one of us is going through that door.
To do what?
I don't know.
What's the job we're applying for?
Admin or something, entry level.
Exactly. And you don't need to be a killer to do that. The melee outside is just the competition. The firm doesn't orchestrate that. It's just natural selection. This, now, here, inside, this is the firm. This is their test. They're looking for something here.
Like what?
Who knows? Teamwork, negotiation, problem solving.
I cave your head in. Problem solved.
But why go to all that trouble when you don't need to?
Enough fucking questions. Stop trying to delay the inevitable.
Yeah. I suppose you're right. I was only trying to help you reach the conclusion that I arrived at some time ago.
Fuck. Oh, mate.
There's more than one way to skin a cat.
Your point being?
You can't go on fighting indefinitely.
I'm ready for what's on the other side of that door.
Yes. But you haven't dealt with what's on this side yet.
That won't take long, though, will it?
I suppose not. Are they getting higher? The pains. Abdomen, pit of the stomach, diaphragm, heart. It's what I put in your coffee. I had to keep you long enough to let it take effect. I never suspected you'd mistake me for the interviewer, though. And it made it so much easier. Think outside the box. That's what they're after. You're too task-orientated. Look at the bigger picture.
Congratulations, candidate. You have successfully completed stage 1. Please proceed to stage 2. Psychometric testing.
Oh, fuck it.
Pens are provided.
Hello, Emily. Comfortable? You're all clean now, at least. Does that feel nice?
Where am I?
I know you will have questions.
Where am I?
Safe.
Where?
I want you to know that you are safe. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, good. This is a processing centre.
What's that?
A place where that is my organisation, receive in order to help people like you.
Like me?
Who've been away.
Away?
Absent.
You shut us in.
Not I. Measures were taken, extreme measures, by the previous administration.
Previous.
We're here to put right what we can.
They've gone.
They have.
How?
They overstretched themselves.
How long has it been?
Since they fell.
All of it, since the festivals.
4 years, 9 months and 27 days since the action was taken.
Shutting us in.
To prevent the reoccurrence.
Did it work? Is it contained?
There's a lot has happened while you've been away.
I haven't been anywhere. I've been shut in that place for 5 fucking years.
Emily, this must be very hard for you. I want you to know I'm not connected to your government. We are an independent organisation. I represent a confederation of nations concerned about what has gone on here.
Like the UN?
Precisely.
But not the UN.
It was disbanded. We are growing into the void, the black hole, if you will. That's its failure left behind, early days. You may speak to me in confidence. I can't imagine what you've been through, but I know it's been hard. I'm here to listen. I'm here to help.
I'm starving.
These are for you. What's wrong?
I'm a vegan.
It's plant-based.
And it's chicken.
No, it's made to look like chicken, tastes exactly like it too, completely organic. No animal proteins at all. Don't ask me how they do it. It's amazing, really. So much has changed since you've been, while you were.
So good.
The science has been around for a while, I'm told. It just took a paradigm shift to bring it into the mainstream consciousness. It made the transition so much easier.
Transition?
No one really eats meat anymore. Animal products quickly fell out of fashion once the causal link was established.
Right. No one eats meat.
There are a few diehards. Illicit trade always is.
I can't.
Change comes quickly when our lives depend on it.
So the fucking bastard government has gone. Everyone's a vegan now. So what else did I miss?
It's not all glorious, I'm afraid. Some things that die don't come back.
Such as?
The Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, God.
It's gone.
Fuck.
Polar bears.
What else?
The Amazon.
All of it.
It's like a big car park.
We are so fucking stupid.
I am so sorry for your loss. This must be very hard for you. I don't want to bring you down. For what it's worth, across the pond, things got really bad. It seems the disabled, transgenders, anyone not deemed normal was rounded up.
Like concentration camps.
Not exactly. They were made to perform shows more like a zoo, freak show.
How could that happen?
They were very successful. People flocked in droves.
Sick.
The last lot got rather carried away. Great plans, epoch-defining stuff, left a legacy, a lot to put right. But that's what we're here for. We're making a start, which is why you're here, Emily. We need your help. Can you tell us about the camp? What was it like? What was life like in there?
Why don't you ask the swine who locked us up?
They might know why they locked you in, but they can't shed any light on what went on inside. They pretty much left you to rot. We really need to build a picture if we're to unpick this dreadful mess. Your camp was quite remarkable compared to others.
Others?
Your camp was quite remarkable compared to the others.
Others?
All of the festivals were locked down.
To contain the spread?
Yes.
The second wave?
Yes. That was the accepted narrative.
And what does that mean?
There was no second wave.
Then why were we caged?
None of the upper echelons of the administration have gone on the record as yet. The trials will drag on as they always have. From what records we could salvage in the aftermath, the second wave was a smokescreen, a pretext to shut you in. What were you attending there? What were you attending here? What was meant to take place?
A festival, a coming together, a meeting of minds. It was a celebration of who we are. It was part of the Festival of Unity, this countrywide thing. The idea was throw a huge party for the whole nation, a healing. It was a coming together after the trauma and divisions of the previous years. I hated that government bloated public school oafs and greedy little arse clingers, but I had to hand it to them. This was a great idea. This is what everyone needed. And the irony was it wasn't unifying. We all stayed in our tribes. You know, the pillheads went to their raves, the metlers moshed in the mud, the WIs had garden parties, bankers hired hookers and chartered planes to bring in the Charlie, whilst us, we came with the woods and the lake, and we wanted to heal, to feel ourselves, to commune with nature, to reconnect with our natural rhythms. There was peace here and love, a lot of love. You just hooked up with people, then drifted off. There was no ownership. You didn't pay the things, just offered something in return. And if someone did something for you, it was understood you would pay them back one day. It was blissful to begin with. And we end.
For a trap to work, it must be baited.
They did this on purpose. It was premeditated.
After the turmoil of the preceding years, there were many, how shall I say, unconventional political narratives emerging, at least by the standards of the time, and they were gaining traction. Their base was dwindling. literally dying out. They had no support amongst the young. They couldn't survive another election after the shambles they'd overseen, and everyone knew it. There was no way the population could swallow a deeper and longer austerity. They were going to have to spend their way out of this crisis. This was an anathema to everything they stood for, the work they put in, all that they had built. They were about to see it get washed away. Careers, profits, their entire ideology was being challenged. Kill or be killed. A cornered animal must fight.
How did they do that?
You did it for them. Like you said, split yourselves into your demographics. They just didn't let you out.
Me?
What you represent.
Or what do I represent?
Who was at your festival?
Kids, dreamers, people who wanted a change like me. We were raised on anxiety. There's no future, no money. We just wanted a moment to be free, to be young and not worry. You know, I was due to start uni in September.
Where?
Edinburgh.
Good one. Counts as abroad these days to study.
International relations.
Young, educated, liberal, progressive, radical.
I was hardly a radical.
Radical enough to them.
Okay, so let's say we posed some imaginary threat. You know, I don't buy it. What about the other festivals?
Well, let's take the grime festivals, for example. Isolate them young, mostly black, working class. Civil unrest was just around the corner. Those communities couldn't stomach any more indignity. Their bellies were full. A demoralized police force cut to the bone. There wasn't the will, let alone the resources to withstand it. Sending the army in to massacre minorities in their ghettos never looks good. Bad for business, and that's what they were all about. Their bottom line, nip it in the bud. And they did.
But the opera in the park, the classical recitals, the WI garden parties, the bankers' rooftop cocaine and prostitute shindigs, that's their base.
Indeed it was. And they were left to enjoy their days in the sun. They emerged at the end of that long, hot weekend to find the country they had long dreamed of. It was clumsy, certainly, but terribly effective. They may not have got everyone, but would you speak out and risk being disappeared to somewhere like here? In one fell swoop, the opposition was wiped out.
Then you have thousands of witnesses. Why do you need me?
Your camp was unique. And you are the first person to make it out, Emily.
The first? But no, there were others.
I'm sure others tried, but no one survived. How did you do it? You had help?
No, I did it alone.
No one else knows about the hole you dug?
How do you know I dug a hole?
We found it. Does anyone else know about it?
I told you no.
You didn't want to help anyone else to escape?
No.
You don't have any friends in there? Split the risk?
Friends double the risk. Slow down.
So there'll be no other escape attempts via that route or any other?
How should I know? Why are you so interested? What difference does it make to you? Because you'll be letting everyone out now anyway, won't you?
Are you aware of any other planned escape attempts?
Won't you?
Emily.
You're leaving them in there.
It's complicated.
Complicated? How? Explain.
We are going to let them out. Of course we are.
When?
Eventually.
Well, eventually when? Because when is that? I thought you were the good guys, the rescuers. You're just going to leave thousands of innocents in that disease-ridden fucking pit.
We don't want to. Please believe me when I say that, Emily, there are thousands of traumatized individuals in there. Many who are armed and actively hostile to the authorities who want to help them. To release them without the proper structures in place would be mayhem. So many lives have been lost, I will do anything to prevent more. That's why I need your insight, your knowledge. At the end of the Second World War, a platoon of soldiers stumbled upon the barbed wire, the huts, the chimney stacks, though they didn't know it. This was a death camp. Upon entering, they discovered the emaciated survivors like ghosts, skeletal, a litany of trauma that you could read in their eyes. The soldiers did what anyone would and began to share their rations among the victims. The medics arrived, saw what was going on and started raving, snatching the food back from these pitiable wretches. He ordered the men to recover their rations. You see, if someone who has been starving to death, as these people had, takes on solid food quickly, the body goes into shock and they die. Can you imagine being one of those soldiers faced with these people who'd experienced such unimaginable horrors, and you're forced to take from them the one kindness you can offer, the one morsel of humanity they've experienced in long years, and yet you must snatch it back, withhold it from them. That's how we feel. Starvation is a gradual process. The body shuts down a bit at a time. To recover from it, it's the same. There are steps to build back health. This country declined over decades to reach this point. We, who would rebuild it, are now trying to construct the steps out of this hole. You are one of those steps, Emily. We can't climb out without you.
What do you want to know?
What's coming?
I don't know what you mean.
Emily, please. We're going to get everyone out of there. That in itself is a tall order. We need to know what's waiting for us. What are you planning?
I'm not planning anything. I was just trying to escape. Because I can't stand that place anymore. I saw my chance and I took it.
In all of the other camps, from what we've been able to piece together, the pattern was broadly the same. Denial, followed by decline, eruptions into random violence until a hierarchy asserted itself and a kind of feudal system emerged. Much the same as you'd find in a prison, a gulag, refugee camp. Some camps were more violent than others, but they all stuck to the script. Yours. Your camp was different.
Violence, dominance, hostility. Doesn't sound so different to me.
To begin with, yes, you were on the same path, but then it changed. You put your differences aside, you worked together. The strong looked after the weak. You shared what you had. It might not feel like it from where you're sitting, but compared to the other camps, believe me, you thrived.
You're right. It doesn't feel like that.
What changed?
They didn't have her.
And who was that?
Our sister.
Your sister?
Yes, but not like that. She's everyone's sister. And they called her that early on, and the name stuck. She was a nurse, so the story goes. She set up a rudimentary clinic in the early days, treated the sick. And she was a beacon of light in the darkness. And as everyone went to pieces, she stood strong. When we needed guidance, she was there. Tension and hostility bubbled to the surface. We tried to keep the love going, but people got scared and resorted to what was familiar: hoarding, greed. There were various gangs vying for control in the early days, intimidating everyone, demanding protection, controlling the flow of the scarce resources. They were reasonably successful, the few Larry lads, some of the drug dealers and the odd public school boy amongst mostly soft, young, middle-class people. The clinic had been stockpiling essentials they could salvage from first aid kits and ambulances, catering trucks, right from the get-go. And they had their heads screwed on whilst everyone else, including me, tried to pretend the party hadn't stopped. And the drugs ran out. The tryst became more listless and jaded, compulsive. And as the nights got shorter, colder, everyone began to realize this wasn't ending anytime soon. And we'd been left there. The strongest of the gangs came to the clinic. They were just boys, but getting off on the chaos and the power. And they'd smeared their faces with mud and motor oil, given up trying to wash. And to add to the vibe, they had these flaming torches. And they assembled out front and demanded we hand over their supplies. She walked out to meet them. Face down, this gang of huge, burly guys. The leader, with big muscles, tattoos, towered over her. She's not big. He had a knife. He waved it round. He was waggling it in her face between thumb and forefinger, trying to intimidate her. She looked him in the eyes, fixed him this unflinching stare, but it wasn't confrontational, it was open. She spread out her arms and opened herself to him. He couldn't handle it. And she began to sing. She has this lovely voice. He started shivering. He couldn't control himself. He'd been trying to hold it all together all this time, but in that moment, he crumpled. He sunk down. And she caught him. She bore him. And he just bawled. He sobbed like a child for his mummy. And that was the moment that things began to change. So many people witnessed that moment. His collapse and her strength. Word traveled fast, and it was as if the spirit of the festival was reborn. It wasn't a party anymore, but we had a purpose, a reason to not just strive, but to live for love. She bound us together, lifted us up, and she carried us.
That's very moving.
You should have been there.
I would have surely liked to. She sounds amazing.
She's more than that.
She held it all together.
She held us. She carried us through.
I should like to meet her.
Good luck finding her.
We need to talk to her.
Won't happen.
Get a message to her.
Me?
How else, Emily?
I am not going back in there.
We will get you out again.
How? Along with the rest? That will take ages. You said so.
There will be some waiting, yes.
But you can't make me go back in there.
No, I can't. Nor would I. You would be at the front of the queue. I can promise that. With your help and the cooperation of your leader, all of this can happen much faster. Think of the others in there. You sacrifice a bit in order to give them more. For the many, not just you.
I can't. I won't.
It's okay. Help me, Emily. How can we reach her? Send a team in covertly. We could insert them via your escape route. They'd have to be armed for their own protection.
No. No arms. People will die.
Then we have no choice but to go in via the main gate. Very risky. I'd hope to avoid this. Will you come with us, Emily? Show your friends that we come in peace. We can reach your sister. She can get the message out. They'll listen to her, won't they?
I'm a decoy. Alone, but alongside many others. We were the first wave. Our aim was to distract and put pressure on the security. We have probed and found weaknesses throughout the perimeter. We've been working for a year. Since the construction in the east began. When it abruptly stopped, we assumed it was finished. We didn't think the regime had fallen. We moved things forward. We guessed it was a death camp, our final solution. The second wave was on the ground inside the camp. When the force rolls in, as we anticipated, to remove us to the death camp, we have created log jams, trenches, and bottlenecks to trap vehicles. We will surround the vehicles, climb them, fasten ourselves, and lie in. We have no weapons. We will not fight, but we will resist peacefully.
Lovely. So sweet. All that digging. I didn't think you vegans had the energy.
We're all vegans now.
You're not.
I'm sorry.
Not anymore.
What are you talking about?
That was real chicken in that sandwich.
Real?
Well, not real per se, grown in a lab. That's how we do it now. A lot's changed since you've been away. Don't ask me how they do it. Fantastically efficient. Oh, the profits. My goodness. No beaks, no feet, no guts, entrails and shit and offspring. Takes a fraction of the space to grow some breasts and legs in a big clump in this sort of goo. It's fucking marvel.
What are you telling me?
Delicious. You said so yourself. Science has been around for yonks, I'm told. Just took that shift in the public unconsciousness.
You didn't fall.
Of course we didn't fall. We swallowed the opposition. There is only us. This is all there is. No left or right, no ideology. It's not a belief. There is no argument. This is reality, and everyone accepts that. Oh, they're not death camps either. Bless you. You fucking progressives, you're so self-dramatizing. It's all me. They want to kill us. Take your tinfoil hat off, you mad cow, and pay attention. Why would we want to kill you? You're our biggest asset.
What do you want us for then?
International relations. I ask you, put yourself in our shoes. Imagine what it was like to watch those fucking communists trade their khakis for Armani's. They take our idea, turbocharge it with corruption and cheap labour, then spit it back in our faces. The new Chinese middle class cavorting around Paris, stuffing their suitcases with designer perfume while pig-skinned kulaks slob on super yachts in the Med. You were correct. We have plans for you, not what you think, though.
What were you building?
I didn't lie to you. This is a processing centre.
Processing what?
Goods. What else is there to process? It's your new place of work.
Work.
It shall set you free.
You're going to pay us?
And of course we won't fucking pay you. What would be the point in that? We're going to undercut the competition. Free labour, they can't touch us.
You locked us in here just to sell stuff.
Wonderful, isn't it?
That's it.
What else is there?
That's your grand plan. A nation of fucking shop assistants. Who are your customers? You've locked them all up. You have no market to sell into.
Markets are emerging all the time. It's the time of great growth.
Growth. You say there's no ideology, no belief. That's all it is. If you don't believe in it, it dies. It's already dead. You're like Peter Pan trying to get a bunch of kids to clap. We watched you kill the fairy. We saw it die. Now you're trying to make its rotting corpse dance. You're digging out the foundations to fix the roof.
Decline is not inevitable. We were down, but not out. The violent centrifuge of market forces shall lift us up where we belong. That pitiful tug of war is over. There is nothing to stand in our way now. We snuffed out the competition like a cold breath on a warm candle flame. We are the only game in town. Place your bets. Hold on tight because things are about to get wild.
When do you plan to go in?
They'll be moving in now. The clearing squad have all the information they need.
They're going in through the main gates.
Heavily armed with air support.
Nothing exceeds like excess.
Oh, would you like to watch? We're live streaming.
You believe in them, your people?
They are the best.
That money can buy. What could possibly go wrong?
Enter.
I'm here. I'm here for the.
Clearly.
Do I come in?
Why would I be in here if we did things out there?
Clearly.
Corridors are for
Power.
walking, striding purposefully down.
Power walking.
Offices are for
Sitting in.
lots of things.
Filing.
Decisions, planning.
Hot desking.
Offices are the organs, the valves. Corridors are the linking veins.
What are the arteries?
Offices are the heart.
Fire escapes. Arteries are the fire escapes.
Offices are the brain, the
Bowels.
lungs.
The post office.
Sorry?
Well, it's the post office. It's like a bow, pushing out brown envelopes all day long.
This office is not a bowel.
Ah, yes, but it's not a brain either, is it? There's only one brain, and there are a lot of these offices all along this corridor here.
A brain cell. The corridors, synapses linking vital thoughts.
I thought there were veins. Wouldn't the boardroom be the brain?
We have a committee now, not a board.
IT department, the lungs?
We don't have an IT department anymore. I've learned to solve my own IT problems.
Heart, the staff room.
We don't have one of them either.
Downsizing.
Streamlining.
A lot of it about. At my office, we've discovered that you can still work and see the screens without the lights turned on, so no need for light bulbs.
Ah, efficient.
I can get from the stairs to my desk without tripping on anything now.
We can adapt very quickly when the situation demands it.
When are the others getting here?
Others?
Do they bring their own chairs?
The others?
Yes.
What others?
For the hearing?
There are no others?
But
What gave you the idea there would be others?
it's a hearing.
I can hear perfectly fine on my own.
Yeah, but just one of you?
What made you think there would be others?
This is a hearing.
I can hear perfectly fine on my own.
Yeah, but just one of you?
I don't see the issue. Why have many when one will do? Streamlined, efficient.
Yeah, but it's you against me. I thought my case was going to be heard by a group of my fellow men.
Men?
Peers, both. You, obviously, but others too. Different walks of life, outlooks, perspectives.
You think that would help your case?
It'd be fairer.
Why?
Well, you might be biased.
You're aware of our situation?
Situation.
The recent changes that brought you here.
They are difficult to miss.
Look at the number of offices
Cells,
along this corridor alone.
synapse, or vein.
We have a lot to get through. You are lucky to have been granted this.
This
Hearing.
by one person.
A trained adjudicator?
I don't feel lucky.
That remains to be seen.
It's not a hearing, is it? I mean, it's more of a listening.
Are you questioning the authority of the judiciary?
What authority?
The authority vested in me by the powers of this interim transitionary committee to oversee the implementation of policy adjustment and the reallocation and redistribution of finite collateral and diminishing primary resources for the augmentation of societal buoyancy, and to uphold my office,
So,
not the same thing, and swear to carry out the duty bestowed on me by those who seem fit to garnish me with the responsibility of steering our collective ship through the troubled waters of change towards a horizon of plenty. I will share my part of the burden and will not turn from the furnace of obligation. No matter how skin-piercingly hot or eye-burningly close the licky flames of modification may come, I shall not shirk my charge on the turning wheel of transformation.
Have we started now?
Not quite.
Do you need to bang something on the desk first?
This hearing is now in session.
I've written something,
A written statement.
as per the suggestion.
Very good.
Would you like to hear it?
Not now.
When?
In due course, there's allocated time. First,
Yes?
some preliminary questions.
Far away.
Do you understand why you're here?
Yes.
Why are you here, in your opinion?
To present my case to keep things the same.
You wish to maintain the status quo?
I don't want my situation to change. I'm not bothered about the bigger picture.
Unconcerned about the global situation?
No, that's not what I said. You asked me why I was here. I mean, you tell me.
Unable to complete tasks unaided.
Oh, come on.
What do you hope to get out of today?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I don't want to get anything out of today. I just want things to stay as they are, to go on with my life.
I'll just put to go on with your life.
Obviously, I'd like things to go back to how they were before the recent...
Changes?
Yeah. And I'm not, I realise you can't make anything change any more than I can. And I'm sure you'd like to. Like things to go back to how they were before, I mean.
We must ride the wave that carries us.
Yes, like our leader says, get on with getting on. I know, I mean, I'm all for it. What else is there to do? You can't help missing the before, though, can you? Can you?
The winds of change force us to face forward.
What did you do before all of this?
That was a different time.
What's wrong with remembering it, though?
It's over. Gone. We must look to the possibilities of tomorrow.
Tomorrow, not the failures of yesterday. Yes, like our leader says, but if we forget what we had, how will we ever get it back?
We won't. Next question. What is your greatest achievement?
My kids.
Your children aren't listed in your file?
No, they haven't been born yet. No.
They? Twins you're expecting with whom?
Oh no, I'm not gonna have kids. Yeah, I'm single, but when I do, they will be. My greatest achievement.
How can you know?
That's what everyone says, isn't it?
It's a bit cruel, don't you think, to bring children into a world such as this?
Kids are resilient. They won't miss anything like we do.
I don't miss.
No, our generation, they haven't lost anything. Children are the future.
There is no future. We must concentrate on the present in order for there to be a future.
But there won't be one if we don't make one. What's the point of fighting to stay alive if we're not alive, not living when we get there? I mean, we can still dream of the past and imagine the future. That's what we've always done. But don't you want kids?
We can't sustain the current population as it is.
Okay, what about the before the changes? What did you want kids then?
I never considered it.
Really? Not even when you were little?
No.
Really?
Really?
That's the trouble, isn't it? We took everything for granted. If only we knew that it was all going to end. I mean, chocolate. The last bar I had, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't savor it. I mean, I hardly even chewed it. It was in the supermarket just before things went really mad. Fights were breaking out. People were smashing each other with tins. I made my way straight to the confectionery aisle. I thought I was being clever. But there was already a gaggle of people there gorging themselves on chocolate, their arms bundled with the stuff, and then others taking it off them. I snatched a 250-gram bar off this little boy. I mean, the look on his face, it's like I killed his mum. But I tore the wrapper off as this fat woman was bearing down on me. So I made a rush for it, stuffing it down my neck as I went. And I got it all in there just in time. And shortly after that, I felt sick. And then not long after that, I felt hungry again. If only I'd known that was going to be the last time.
Have you ever been in love?
Yes, lots of times. I think I'm in love with falling in love. I do it so easily.
But you're not in a relationship now?
No.
Why is that?
It's a bit difficult to meet people during a time of great upheaval. Not very many people looking to go steady.
Lots of casual sex about, though.
Is there?
People fearing for their lives, nihilism, uncertain future. It's quite an aphrodisiac.
Is that right? I must have missed that then. Lucky you.
Oh, I wasn't talking about me.
Of course you weren't.
I'm not afraid of the future. I'm helping to shape it.
Doesn't stop you wanting a bit of...
Of?
You know.
No, I don't know.
Well, we all have needs.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
What's the point of fighting for a future if you've forgotten how to enjoy yourself?
How would your friends describe you?
Easygoing, a laugh, relaxed. Yeah, make people laugh.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Can you think of something funny you've said?
Bear walks into a bar.
Yes.
He walks up to the barman and he says, "Can I have a pint of beer and..."
And what?
"And a gin and tonic."
And?
And the barman says, "Hey, why the big pause?" Get it?
Yes.
Oh, come on, that's quite good.
Did you make it up?
No, it's a joke. I just...
Copied it from someone else?
No, I didn't do it. It's a joke. That's not how they work.
Do you often try and pass off other people's ideas as your own?
That's not what I was doing.
What do you think your friends dislike about you?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. There is nothing about your friends that annoys you. Do you like people regardless of their foibles and faults?
Well, no, but...
So why do you think your friends are any different?
They're not.
Are they stupid?
No. They're not stupid. They're intelligent, or as intelligent as I am.
And how intelligent are you?
I'm all right. Sufficiently intelligent, educated.
You can be educated and thick. Many people are.
I'm not thick, nor are my friends.
So if they have a critical faculty, how can they fail to see your faults? Or are you saying that you don't have any faults?
No, of course not.
That you're perfect?
No, all right, okay. They'd probably say that I sometimes say things but don't always follow through on them.
Or talk?
Quite a bit strong. I mean, I just want people to be happy.
People pleaser?
You say it like it's a bad thing. Don't you want people to be pleased with you?
Desperate for approval? Can't bear the thought of being disliked?
Who can?
Is that why you're single?
I don't see what that's got anything to do with it.
Because you're constantly telling your partners what they want to hear and not the truth. People don't like being lied to, constantly bullshitted. It makes them feel as if you think they're stupid, as if you think that they don't know what you're up to. Do people call you scheming as well, sneaky? Is that what you're trying to do here? Underwhelm me, throw me off the scent with your, oh, I'm just an easygoing guy, I want kids, I want to believe in the beauty and the happiness of life, humanity, blah, 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 yuck, wretch, makes me sick. Look around you, you fucking simpering child. Look out the window. They're not fighting over chocolate bars anymore. They're hacking each other's faces off, gnawing at one another in the streets. Can you smell the stench of rotting flesh? It's everywhere. Did you really think you could come in here with your fucking easygoing nostalgia and everything would just miraculously be all right? Are you really that dumb? Seriously?
It just means I can't do anything more than that. I just came here to give a representation of myself. I can't do any more than that. I mean, I don't have anything else.
Would you like to read your statement now?
What now?
Now is the allotted time. If you do not wish to read your statement, we can move on to the final
No,
part.
no. I do want to read it. Just
I don't mean to rush you.
It's here, all right. It's here.
There are other appointments today.
I've got it, all right. It's here. Do I just read it?
You can see it if you like. That won't influence my decision.
Okay, so my statement. Who I Am by Seymour Terence Spence. My name is Seymour. I am young, fit and healthy. I am educated to degree level. I am proficient in IT, organisation, administration, filing, data entry. I am a good team member, but can work alone as I am self-motivated and independent. I previously worked as a team leader and delivered projects on time and on budget. I can cook nutritious food for large groups of people. I know basic first aid. I am comfortable with manual work and heavy lifting. I enjoy hill walking in the great outdoors, and am consequently physically fit and enjoy a challenge. I can fish, build fires, and I led an expedition of teenagers in pursuit of their Duke of Edinburgh awards.
Is that it?
You're right. You're right. I'm just telling you what you want to hear. It's like I'm applying for a fucking job. I mean, why should you give me back my life over anyone else? I'm not skilled. I'm not an asset, am I? But I exist, and I'd like to go on existing. I mean, I'm good. I've been good. I think about my actions. I'm not violent. I don't hurt people. I mean, okay. So, I mean, I have hurt people, but I regret that and those times. I draw. I make art. I mean, it's not that good, but I thought that I have time to get better. I wanted to draw pictures for kids' books. And yeah, I know there's no provision for kids or their fucking books in this time of chastened cultural activity and refocused tertiary outlook. But if you take away all of our edges and curves and you break us down into useful and not, then you end up with a future that's dead. You can still eat a bruised apple. That's not what I meant. You can't control everything, and it is so arrogant to think that you can. So fucking arrogant. Well, fuck you. Fuck you all. You will miss us when we are gone. You will say, where is the beauty? Where is the music? Where is the life? But by that point, it will be too late.
I worked in a bookshop before. before the fall. I ran the children's section. Picture books were my favourites. I loved them. I miss them. I see from your form that you passed your medical.
I failed my medical. That's why I'm here.
You passed. That's why you're here.
I don't understand.
You're A1, fit and healthy. Just
That
what
doesn't
we're
make
after.
That doesn't make any sense.
It makes perfect sense. It follows logic completely.
It's not fair.
How so?
But surely you'd want people like me around.
Why?
We're more useful. Surely this is the perfect time to get rid of the more quirky?
I don't follow.
Oh, come on, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm afraid I don't.
You're gonna make me say it, aren't you?
It would save time.
The oddities, the freaks, yes? Just wipe the slate clean.
That's rather unpalatable.
Don't try and pretend that you're occupying some sort of moral fucking high ground. I mean, why are you trying to be off with people like me when there's a whole raft of people out there, from a little bit off kilter to full-blown numpties that surely you'd want to get rid of for the good of the future?
But you see, that's just it. It's not at all good for the future.
Why not?
It's obvious. You're an educated man. You know full well why not. You should be flattered that it's you we're after.
Flattered?
You've been selected because of your compatibility.
Oh, lucky me.
Essentially, yes.
What the hell are you talking about? Are you cooked?
Not I.
You're off your box. You're off your box. Lie down, is that it? Accept your fate. Go to sleep, little man. Good citizen. We'll take care of you. You're not taking care of me. That's the point.
Taking care of you is taking care of the many.
I never signed up to your fucking cause.
We're not asking you to justify your ideals.
No, only my existence.
Once you can justify that, then your ideals are your own.
What if my ideals were to change?
Like I said, that is not what we're after.
What if my ideals changed?
As I said, that's not what we're after.
Yeah, but what if I came round to your way of thinking?
If you did that, then you'd happily surrender to the cause, following in the glorious footsteps of our golden examples.
Well, if you like it so much, why don't you put yourself forward?
When my time comes, I will, gladly.
Volunteer then, take my place.
I have work to do.
I could do it.
I don't think you could.
It doesn't look that hard.
I make it look easy.
If it looks easy, then that's because it is.
There's really a lot more to it than what goes on here.
I haven't seen anything yet.
Look at the world around you, where you live. You said yourself that you'd like it to go back to the way it was. Well, let me tell you from someone who knows that is not happening. So you have a choice, and really it's a simple one. You have a creative mind, an imagination that is clear for anyone to see. From the moment you stepped into this room, I could see that. I'm right, aren't I?
I draw.
Oh, don't be self-deprecating. You make art.
It's not that good.
You have taste. You're growing.
I mean, I certainly have improved. I mean, I didn't used to be able to do perspective.
But now?
Sort of.
You see? You're someone who absorbs the world around them.
I have always been quite interested by stuff around me, like people, nature.
And you know why that is?
No,
Yes, you do.
I do.
Yes, because you're...
I'm
Yes, go on, say it. Yes.
an artist.
Yes.
I'm an artist.
Sensitive, a thinker, an imagineer, an architect of the mind.
Architect of the mind.
You can picture other worlds.
I mean, I was told off at school for daydreaming, so.
But it's what you do. It's what you're meant to do, to dream, to sculpt, to create.
I do lose myself sometimes.
Lose or find yourself.
I do feel calm in those times.
At ease, at peace.
It's as if all the noise, all the static gets tuned out and a perfect clear signal gets through.
It must make the situation we find ourselves in so much more difficult to endure.
It's not been easy, no.
You must feel it so keenly. The horror all the more visceral and real.
I don't sleep well these days. I mean, it's rather a lot to bear.
So why bear it?
What choice do I have?
You always have a choice.
What you're offering, it's not a choice. This is giving up.
It is making a decision. It's taking control. Not allowing fate to dictate the outcome of your life. It's hell out there. You've seen it with your own eyes. This way, you'd be deciding how it ends. Out there, when it comes, it won't be nice. Why torture yourself? Why live in fear, especially someone like you? It must be agony. You needn't carry on like this, in misery, in pain. We could make all that end.
Yes, by making it all end.
Not us. You.
I don't understand.
It would be your choice. Besides, it wouldn't be immediate.
No?
No, of course not. You would need to be acclimatized, prepared.
What does that mean?
Your body is full of cortisol, adrenaline. We'd need to reduce these.
How does one go about doing that? I mean, you're going to just pump me full of chemicals?
Oh, no, of course not. That won't do. You're a prime specimen. We'd use the old-fashioned way. You'd be taken to one of our facilities.
Oh, yeah.
Former stately homes, retreats, areas of outstanding natural beauty. I am sure someone of your aesthetic disposition would appreciate them. And there your time is your own. You could practice your art, read, watch your favorite films, listen to music. Entirely up to you.
Entirely.
Yes, well, except for the extracurricular activities.
Oh, yeah, and what are those?
Well, we would require you to dispense with as much testosterone as possible. It's not hugely useful for the subsequent product.
And how does one go about doing that?
In the time-honored fashion.
And how often would I be expected to?
We would insist on a minimum of once daily, ideally more frequently, if you can manage it.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, if my time's my own, I can manage as many of the old you-knows as you like.
We would, of course, provide companions to aid with that.
Companions?
Yes.
What sort of companions?
Those commensurate to your interests, your tastes. Those most likely to get the job done, as it were.
Would they be
Beautiful?
horny?
They would be whatever is required. Entirely your choice. You would be in control. The final decision, all yours.
And how long would I be?
Weeks would be sufficient.
6 weeks starting from now.
6 weeks from the moment you sign the form.